Hi folks, it's the Carter Man, and I'm down here in my basement, the place where I usually do my weightlifting. Some of you may recognize this crude setting. I'm down here because the basement's spraying a leak, okay? It's a mess here. It's a mess here. But by the way, I'm going to relate all this to our mission as political activists in just a minute. but bear with me. So it's spraying a leak there. Got my Drylok, folks, which I highly recommend. Again, I'm going to come back to the significance of this Drylok here, okay? Because the real purpose of what I want to talk to you about, and I'll make it quick, I'll make it brief, is to lament what our corrupted political system and the sleazy politicians have done to America's mayor, to Rudy Giuliani, okay? It's a travesty. It's a travesty for three reasons. Three reasons. Let me get the right number of fingers up here. First, because it is clearly entirely politically motivated, okay? To come after this man because he is a leading conservative, because he had the courage to stand up for what he believed, and the fascist Biden regime doesn't agree with it, and they're fascist lickspittles throughout our legal and political systems, is both a travesty and a tragedy, okay? This man's 80 years old. They have to come after him like this and totally bankrupt him, destroy what life he has remaining. It's horrifying. Secondly, because whatever happened to freedom of speech, he expressed an opinion. And keep in mind, if they can do this to him, they will do this to you. They have turned lawfare into one of the most vile and violent weapons in the history of this country, perhaps the most vile and violent weapon in the history of this country. And they'll come for you if you dare express an opinion that goes against the radical left-wing fascist narrative, okay? And thirdly, $148 million to these two women for damages. What damages? Maybe it hurt their ability to make an income for a year or so. Let's say 3 years. Do you think those two women made $148 million every 3 years, almost $50 million a year? I doubt it. I doubt it. Maybe $20,000 a year, whatever. But even they shouldn't have gotten that, because Giuliani was expressing an opinion, which we used to have the freedom of speech to do in America, okay? Which brings me back to this damage here and the Drylok. Folks, our system has been damaged to the point where we're being flooded with totalitarian dictates, okay? Totalitarian dictates, mandates, persecution, day after day after day, and it gets worse day after day after day. We need to fight back at constitutionalrightspact.com. We are fighting back. We invite you to join us. We need to fight back tooth and nail. We need to recognize the nature of the battle. This is good versus evil. This is freedom versus totalitarianism. And we need to fight it. And then, and now I'm going to bring it all back around, we need to Drylok the system so that the greedy, disgusting, appalling, egregious lawyers and the power-hungry politicians can never again corrupt it as badly. Folks, for God's sake, let's do this thing.